I had a very nice childhood, actually. Very big family, everyone close to each other. Obviously going to school, but straight after school coming back, make my homework at home, eat something, and then go outside, play football. Go to the doors, ring the bells of my friends, and collect them all together with my brother, and just playing football on the streets. And football was, 24 hours in my head. I was sleeping with the ball, in the bed as a little child. So yeah, great memories. That's difficult to answer. I played for a long time actually of my childhood. I played in like a small team, with my friends, and it was more like a village team. It was not an academy professional, No, I think when I was 15, 16, I started to play on an academy on a higher level. So when I was 12, 13, 14, when you see the other kids, you compare yourself. I kind of knew, okay, I'm quite good, but I never played on the high level, at this age. So I didn't have, really, maybe the best players in this age to compare myself. Just maybe in the region where I grew up. But then when I was 15, 16, and when I've joined the first time academy in Bochum, and actually that time the academy in Bochum was really good, very talented players, good youth teams. So that was the first time I could actually see, in comparison with players on a very high level. And the first year, of course, was a little bit not difficult, but I needed a little bit time to adapt. Because all the players that I played with, or most of them, they played in the academy since they were 7, 8, 9 or 10 years old. So they already had this experience, And me, I was more kicking, with my friends. So it was not really the same. But yeah, I think I adapted quite quick and quite well. And when I started to train the first time with the first team, with the professional team when I was 17, I kind of thought, okay, I maybe have chances, one day to become a professional football player. A little bit, maybe, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, my memory is not great. I forget a lot of things, but mostly things connected to football, I don't forget so quick. Probably not, because obviously now football is also business, It's not just go outside having fun, play on the street, or I don't know, even in the small youth team, with your friends, and just play for the fun of it, Now it's playing in front of millions of people, play with pressure, and don't do mistakes, and try to be successful, try to make your fans, your team, everyone in the club proud, So it's a bit different. But I would just say priorities, they changed a little bit. I'm still loving it. I'm still loving what I do. Otherwise, I would not do it. I would just say, okay, look, it's enough. I'm not playing anymore. No, the fact that I play, I think, shows that I'm still loving it, and I still love the challenge, to do the difficult things, to overcome difficult periods, difficult times, facing challenges. So I like to take myself out of the comfort zone, and that was also a reason why I came to Barcelona, because I had 7 amazing years in Manchester, but I felt like, okay, I need a change, I need to do something different to challenge myself again. Yeah, to challenge myself again, to not, I don't know, maybe fall in just one, period all the time, and I don't know, just to have a change. My first memory about Barcelona is probably the team of Frank Rijkaard, with Ronaldinho, Eto'o, a young Messi, midfield of Xavi, a young Iniesta, Puyol in the back, Victor Valdés in goal. That team that I used to love watching, and played amazing and fascinating and very entertaining football. No, the style of football fascinated me directly. Obviously you had these amazing players, that were, technically so gifted, but they made the football look so easy, so simple and so enjoyable at the same time. And I haven't seen that before, Normally when you are a young child, you always look, okay, who can do a bicycle kick, you know, and score, or who can do tricks with the ball, you know. You mainly look at these things, but I feel like the older you get, the more you enjoy the simplicity of the football. And to be fair, I already saw that in a young age, you know, how effective, you know, simple football can be. And maybe especially, you know, with the generation of Pep, you know, when he started coaching, you know, that was for me the most impressive thing, you know, like not really teaching his players how to do tricks and, you know, step overs and all this. No, to show them where the spaces are, you know, where you can gain an advantage, where you can take the rhythm out of the game, but where you also can accelerate the game, you know. And there are so many facets of the game that are very interesting. And, you know, to see that evolving over the years, I think made me also personally fall in love with that type of football, and that type of football always was Barca for me. I think I've learned it with the time. I always was, I think, a player that thought a lot about the game, about the process, about my teammates, you know, when I'm on the pitch, not to look just at myself, to try to look at the whole picture, you know, how to get the ball out of the defense, how to play through midfield, how to attack. Obviously not in that dimension, when I started to play first with Pep, obviously at Man City. Before it was everything a little bit more, you know, like simple, I would say. But then when I've joined Man City with Pep, I think everything started to evolve, much bigger and much quicker as well. And he showed you that there are a lot of other facets, you know, of the game that you didn't know before. And that just taught me a lot about football in general. Two things, I think. One thing was obviously that Barca was always my dream club, you know, since I was young. I just explained to you, you know, the players, the teams that I was enjoying and loving watching, you know. I think that had a big effect on me, you know, in my childhood as a teenager already, and still since I'm a professional as well, you know, and also playing against them a couple of times. But then the other thing was also, the mister. It was Xavi also, you know. I think the fact that he already contacted me quite early, you know, last season, and we kept talking, you know, and we had the opportunity at the end of the season. I think the fact that he showed me so much appreciation, you know, and told me what his plan was with me, with the team, convinced me at the end, you know, to join the project. And it is what it is at the end, you know. Obviously, it's a different Barca than it was, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. Of course, it's maybe a little bit of a transitional time also now, but I wanted to be part of it, you know, and also leave my mark, have an influence also on the younger players, maybe, you know, with the way I am as a player, with the way I am as a character, the way I behave, you know. I wanted to be also maybe a bit of a role model. And try to help them developing, because I mean, it's a fact that we have a lot of young talents, you know, amazing players with huge potential, and this is the future of Barca at the end of the day. And you know, to help them developing as good as possible, was another opportunity for me that I'm also enjoying right now. I think you must enjoy it, because it's a process. I know it's easy to say, because when you are in that actual moment, you know, and you are facing tough moments, of course you are not really enjoying it. But looking back afterwards, I think you need these kind of periods as well to evolve and to develop and improve as a player, a person, but also as a team and a club. And you need these difficult times. In my career, every year, I never had one year that was only easy and everything. Even last year when we won the treble with Man City, or years before, I mean, we won everything, you know. But I couldn't tell you there was one year it felt so easy. No, every year had its difficulties, you know. It was ups, but also downs. And especially at the downs, in these kind of moments, you learn how to handle the situation, you know. If you was always here, and you never have been here, you don't know to appreciate also the ups, you know. I think you have to be down as well to appreciate the ups and try to stay there. And it's a process. Life is a process, you know. It's not just in football, it's in the whole, it's in our lives as well. So we go through disappointing times, but we go also to amazing times, you know. And this is life, and it's the same with football. And to enjoy, to win.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're a winner because you won almost everything that you can win in football.
I'm a winner, but in that time of winning, I also lost a lot. So you can't really win without losing. I think lately we are on a really good way to it. I think the last few weeks, the last couple of months, it feels like that we evolved, you know, as a team. I mean, the results, they show it as well. I think we have 8 wins, 3 draws, last 11 games or something like that, unbeaten. We are very solid at the back again, you know, defending really well, scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of opportunities. Still, I feel like we can do better, but this is the nice thing also, you know, to know that you're doing well, but also realizing that you can actually do better, because this shows also that there is still a lot of potential in this team. And there's of course a gap now in the league, unfortunately, because of the results we had in the start of the season, you know, and some unnecessary points we dropped. But if we continue, you know, if we continue the way we have done in the last few weeks, we are there, you know, and we will still fight for either league, that it seems quite difficult at the moment, but you never know. But also in the Champions League, you know, it's about to compete, you know, and I feel like everyone left in the competition, you know, has a chance at the moment, and this is the exciting thing about this competition also. I think when we were before the international break, we were on a really good run. Sometimes, you know, you have the international break, national team, everyone goes away, we come back. So I don't think last game was as good as before the international break, before the national team. I think we could have played much better last game. We still got the result, which is very important. But I think if we continue, or if we can play the way we have played before the international break, especially, you know, that Napoli game at home, or even away, you know, I think that we set a certain trend in the Champions League so far. If we can follow that trend that we have set in the Champions League so far this season, I think we have chances. Yeah, we have chances. I mean, obviously PSG also has a great game, great individual players. You know, it's about controlling them, especially the wingers, with our fullbacks, with our defensive line in total. We have to defend really well, especially in the first game. Defend really well as a team. But if we are able, you know, to control, the unbelievable individual quality that they have, I feel like we have good chances. Yeah. Well, I think we still need to have our feet on the ground. I like it that there is, you know, euphoria and optimism around the club, you know, the fans and everyone. But we need to realize also that we need to keep working hard to keep these chances alive, you know, because the Champions League can be a brutal competition, you know. You can be one moment with the favorites, the other moment you can be out, you know. I lived that in my career also so far. So, and it doesn't matter who was the opponent, because sometimes people say, oh, this game should be clear, but it's never really so clear. So, no, we have to work hard. Of course, we are very happy, you know, with where we are right now. Maybe a lot of people would have not expected us to be in the quarterfinals at this stage of the season, when you would have asked them in the beginning of the season. But as I said before, we kept getting better, you know, improving, and especially we kept making the right decisions in crucial times in the game, you know. And this is the key in the Champions League, in the right moment to make the right decisions. And we have done that so far. And if we keep doing that, I think there's no reason not to be confident also to being able to go into the semi-final. No. It's probably easier when you're young, but when you're maybe a little bit more experienced, older, sometimes you don't understand, you know, it's a different generation, I would even say right now. Yeah, I mean, some of us maybe could be the father of the younger players that are training with us right now. So of course it's a different generation. They grow up differently, you know, and you don't have maybe in the same mentality in everything. But honestly, I even learn from that, you know. I learn how they see, you know, their perspective, you know, because it's so different. I see perspective of them, you know, and I love it when they, you know, just when the younger players, when they start training with us or even playing like Lamine or Pau, you know, right now. I love that they play without thinking too much, you know, like they just go out there and they play, and you feel like sometimes, oh, they don't feel the pressure, you know, or they don't care about it. And this is how it should be, actually, you know. And that's why also they're doing amazing, because they don't really care, you know. Outside, I do my thing. I know that I'm talented. I think when I was 16, 17, and they would have just dropped me in the team and let me play, I would be so nervous, you know. I would be like, oh, I need to be careful, I don't do any mistake. But this can sometimes also make you too, you know, too shy, and it's not always good. So we need that, you know, freshness of these young players in the squad, and they already prove that that they can help us a lot. That's my plan. Yeah, I mean, I committed myself for 2 years, so I didn't plan anything else than being here next season. Yeah. Well, it's not a problem, because I know how football works, you know. I know the business. It's sad, of course. It's disappointing because, you know, we could have, if we would have played from the beginning of the season the way we've played the last couple of months, things could have been much different right now. But football is always about today, you know. It's always about what's happening today, and this is the fact for right now, and it's something we have to accept and respect. But honestly, you never know what's happening in the future. I mean, it could be someone new coming in, a new coach, and could say, Gündogan, I don't like him, you know, I don't want him. I don't know. You never know. You never know, you know. So these things are the problems for the new season, you know, for next season. So I think we will handle them when the new season will start. For now, we should keep competing and enjoying where we are right now, because we are in a good spot and we have exciting games coming up. And yeah, if Xavi is leaving, of course we want him to leave also, you know, with a great feeling. Yeah. They didn't ask me yet, so let's see. But if I should do that, I cannot play all these games like this season. Yes, I do a little bit, to be honest. I think you know, it would be mad, I think, if I would not think about it, because I am privileged, you know. I had amazing coaches in my career so far, and I've learned from every single one of them, and somehow they were similar but also different, you know, which makes it even better for me, you know, to see different aspects of how they were approaching all this coaching. And yeah, I definitely can imagine myself also after my active career being on the sideline as a coach. Yeah, that's a real opportunity for me. Yes, of course. I mean, I would like to play the final first of all with Barca. It would be amazing, obviously, and then it doesn't really matter who is gonna be there. But of course, Man City again this season, they have an amazing team. They have probably right now the best chances to get into the final, but again, as I said before, in Champions League is tricky, is a very crucial and cruel competition. So you never know what's going to happen. But of course, I would love to be in the final with Barca.